such an asshole.
All right, I want to go to bed, so we're going to read through this right off the bat. And it's long. Hi, Cappy. I've consulted with you a year and a half ago, which I thank you greatly because of the great therapeutic and older brotherly value of your response. Now I'm back for another request to check with a major decision I'm contemplating making. On my last email, I asked, is this really as good as it gets? As I proceeded to describe my life situation, basically, I live in a great place. No need to mention in the video, but it's a great place. You live in a very great place that is beautiful, affordable, and better than any cities I've visited so far on the continent. I have a remote job as a programmer that pays decently well with great coworkers and great direction supervisor. Despite my high IQ, I still do have close relationships, plus some lingering hope that I'll one day find a cute, conservative, smart woman to marry. Just maybe. Okay, buddy, have fun. Let me know when you find her. I also work out regularly. Have enough hobbies to keep me creative and social, etc. Unfortunately, as you have prophesized in your previous video response, things are going downhill at my work. It's a startup. This is possibly due to drying up venture capital and bank failures. No. Let me explain startups. 98% of startups are rich kids and maybe not so rich kids who don't want to work for a living, come up with an idea, and they fake being corporate executives while living off of both, sometimes both, but often both, but not always, parental money and dumbass venture capitalist money. The venture capitalists also headed up by rich kids who mom and dad gave them seed capital, and they got to be ballers, bro. Nowhere is there any idea, any thought, any desire for profit. Nearly all of venture capital, nearly all of Silicon Valley, based on the number of companies, is a big LARP. It's a bunch of loser wannabe dude bros, entrepreneurs who want to play corporate executive types, and the smart ones take the money and pay themselves egregious salaries, knowing full well in 3 years the money's going to run out. That is 98% of not venture capital, 98% of startups. All right. So it's a great place for people to get experience, to put fancy words and titles on the resume. All right. You never take equity. I mean, okay, let me rephrase that. You take both equity and pay. You never take equity in lieu of pay. They say ground floor, you say, that's great. And you're going to pay me a living wage to live in this, Democrat shithole. That's what most startups are. It's a bunch of adult children trying to play make-believe adult. And it's the venture capitalists who fund them. And they're like, oh my God, SV. And by the way, SVB was a rather large company, rather established too. Not anymore, it ain't. So it's also on the finance side. Oh, big corporate executive types. What about profit? No, we'll just finance them for more. What if you run out of capital? Wow, they'll be profitable by then. Hopefully things will turn around. What could possibly go wrong with 24-year-old chief executives who have no real world working experience? They won the science fair. I mean, come on. This is possibly due to, well, yeah. If your funding dries up and you're not profitable, you run out of money. I know you corporate investment types and Silicon Valley jerk-offs all think, well, it's price to sales or price to cash flow. You understand. It's the new model. See, we just get more funding and more funding and more funding. It's a post-profit model. Well, you know how that goes there, Skippy. So, yeah, yeah, it's going to go bankrupt if things keep going that way. My current company, which is a startup, is not doing very well, though the CEO doesn't want to admit it. Oh, because it's his ego. He can't possibly admit. See, now he's a dumb CEO. He should just paid himself a high-ass salary, along with all of his dick-sucking dude bro frat party bros. And then, hey, all $750,000 for chief of finance. And they take them out. Oh, yeah, it didn't work out. Bye. And they take all the venture capitalist money. That would be a smart. The fact this guy's ego invested, oh, man, what a truly stupid person. With the backing of the board, he has fired some key executives and even a co-founder of the company alongside other employees lower down. Instead, he's changing the branding of the company and onboarding a bigger sales team. Sales, bro. Oh, you mean you had to bring in money? Oh, you mean we couldn't be like those truly genuine twits, those moron girls that film themselves? Okay, so here's a day in a life of Twitter. Okay, so we're gonna get some biscotti. I'm gonna get an espresso. And so, oh, there's Jeremy. He's just so funny. Oh my God, here we are, like, working a team. And then I had a foot massage. It seems like he wants to make the company easier to acquire. I don't know why you'd acquire a money-losing asset that's like, "I'm gonna pay you to punch me." Okay, your company loses money? Can I buy into that? Some previous executives are actually suing the company for wrongful termination because of the careless nature of some of his moves. Oh, a lot of egos are hurt. A lot of small micro dicks being hurt here. Well, from one perspective, I could tell myself, why should I care about company politics? But it has made the working conditions of the company I once left to work at a bit more gloomy and uncertain. I once have thought that this company could grow into one which would pay a higher salary and offer benefits I'm looking for, like matching for retirement funds. But it seems like the company may go belly up within a year if no one acquires it. Because of these reasons, I'm thinking of quitting this job. Something that's never crossed my mind until this year. Okay, look, guys, when you work at a startup, you are always looking for another job. You always are looking for another job anyway. But when you work for a startup, you are always looking for another job. In case your CEO decides not to suck the venture capitalist dick who didn't beg and plead his mommy and daddy to give him more money so he could play make-believe Patagonia vest wearing douchebag finance bro. Does anyone understand profit? That's something that never crossed my mind. One of the people who was fired referred me to a gig at a place doing teaching. Right now, I'm working part-time at this place doing the teaching while keeping my old full-time job and quite enjoying it. I enjoy imparting both my technical knowledge and experience in the field to new learners alongside my savings. I believe that doing this part-time would sustain me as I do a job search. And are there any red flags on this approach I'm taking? No, I mean, the company, look, for all you don't know, I mean, it could turn around and, by a miracle, it actually makes a profit and everything. But you don't want to be in that company where everyone's getting fired and the board of directors got rid of like one of the original founders. How many Patagonia vests are they wearing? Like, do you see it? Okay, you gotta get out of there. No, it's a very measured and reasonable and wise approach to find some part-time work. Hopefully you saved your money. Did you save 6 months living expenses like I recommended the course, The Dad You Never Had, available on teachable.com? You didn't? Oh, no, you're really screwed. But you probably did because you listened to me. One question you may have is why I don't get a full-time job lined up before I quit. There are two reasons. Firstly, I never got the chance to take a break between finishing school and working. Now that travel restrictions are over, I'm considering taking the summer off for reconnaissance, doing whatever else is involved when Gen Zs talk about finding yourself. I agree with you there. Absolutely. Second, as long as you had 6 months saving, right? You saved up 6 months, right? You saved your money, right? Like I told you, then you could go. You did that, right? You did the thing that was required. Secondly, I'm considering co-founding a startup myself. A friend has connected me to possible co-founder from a different. Wait, hang on. Secondly, I'm considering co-founding a startup myself. A friend has connected me to a possible co-founder from a different city. He has approached my friend through an internet forum about the startup idea. The startup idea. Co-founder. He has approached my friend through a programming forum about a startup idea. The startup idea's target market is one that I happen to be very familiar with through my hobbies. To keep it vague, yes, do keep it vague. Don't ever give away your ideas. It involves applying IT to finance. FinTech, bro. It's not a big app, and so I can manage myself needing to work on it for a few months and then be able to maintain it as a side hustle once the minimum viable product is there. Well, then why you need the guy? Okay, go watch my video, Why You Never Take on a Business Partner. If you could do it yourself, you don't need to have a co-founder. Sit down, all you Silicon Valley wonder shits. Not you, sir. You don't need a co-founder. Usually there's the person with the original idea who does the work, and then there's the douchebag who torches it. The Wozniak Jobs thing, that was an exception. I'm for you doing your side thing and your if you want to do an app, by all means, go ahead. You can program it on your computer remotely as you drive across the country. I don't know why you need connected to possible co-founder. No. Or if it does take off, we could try to conquer other similar markets and world workflows. Long as you are allowed to do your part-time work, teaching, and you could go and travel, take that break that you needed, and you got the money to do it, by all means, go ahead and do this little side project here and set up the app. I'm all for it. About the possible co-founder, he lives in a bigger city. I know why we're talking about this guy. Why? Hey, I got an idea that's profitable. Hey, buddy, random person, can I give you half my profits? No. He lives in a bigger city, several hours away. I haven't met him yet, but I would be willing to fly out to do so. No. We've only been in contact through Zoom. He currently has a higher up position in a company more mature than the one I'm working for. No. Oh, he's not a geek. He's not a geek. He's the bro side of fintech. Absolutely not. No. No. What's with you nerds? Like good nerds, I mean. What's with you like engineer IT? I need to get a douchebag finance sales marketing dude bro in here. What, to mess it up? No. He's not a technical guy, but has experience in business. He's got a family if that matters. No. How should I determine whether I could trust him? You can't. You don't need him, and he's not a geek. He's a finance sales dude marketing bro. F him. No. Quit being a pussy and do this on your own. I never saw it. I got this asshole consulting idea. I need to find a co-founder so I give away half the profits. And I'm going to find a douchebag. Does he have nice hair, wear a Patagonia vest? Obviously, we'll want things written down and signed on paper once we have a concrete plan of attack. There's no we. But considering the events happening for my current employee, things going between co-founders a concern of mine, then don't have one. Hey, do you see all that divorce going on? Don't get married. Oh, okay. I'm also trying to approach everyone in my network plus other entrepreneurship resources in my area to determine whether this is a good idea. Stop telling people your idea. Stop dividing your profits. Get the idea. Sit the F down. It's not that hard to run a business. It really isn't. It's common sense. Okay? Develop the product. Patent the product. Okay? Market the product. It either sells or it doesn't. There you go. This is a work in progress and no hard conclusions so far. Another perspective I have is this. If he does screw me over, so what? No, he's not. Should I do a finance seminar for nerds, for IT guys or tech guys or engineers? Like why you don't need business people? Another perspective I have, if he does screw me over, I get the experience of founding a company, which would make for good story at parties. Oh, yeah, that's what I would want to do. Guess what? You don't need him to found a party and have stories at parties. Just found your company. I could just proceed to look for a real job after that. I'm only 24 years old, so this may be the best time for me to do something like this anyway. So what do you think, Cappy? Should I actually quit my job? I mean, look, if you're still enjoying the job, you might as well stick around until the money runs out. Sure. but I'd be looking for another job. Well, okay, let me rephrase that. If you want to look for a job, by all means, I wouldn't necessarily quit this one. If the checks don't bounce, you seem to enjoy it. And I think it's more important that you go and you travel around, reconnoiter the area, do your fun thing, continue teaching if you like. On the side, create your app. And then after you're done traveling this summer, just give yourself 3 months. Okay, your skills won't atrophy that bad. You stay at the hotel, you work on your little nerd project there, and then the next day you go hike Moab. All right. And then after the summer, and maybe a little bit in the fall, and like, okay, then reevaluate whether your app is going to be it can grow legs, or you just want to keep working part-time, or then if you want to apply for full-time jobs. But I would go into it just assuming this startup is going to be like all the other Olympic startups and fail like the losers that they're headed by. Should I find another full-time job lined up first, or is working at the boot camp part-time and the startup full-time a good idea? No, the boot camp part-time, the traveling around the world or the globe part-time, and while at the same time starting your idea up, all three at the same time this summer. That's why I do the next 3 months. What precautions do I need to take regarding this potential co-founder? Don't take them on. Any other thoughts? That's it. My sincerest thanks for your great work. I am freaking great, aren't I? There you go. I answered it. Do it on your own. Never take on a business partner. Don't know why you would do that. And go look up that video, by the way. It's called why you should never have a business partner. Search it on my channel. You'll find out. I'll go through because I have years experience in banking. I've never seen a business partnership work. Never. There's always the douchebag who takes the money, doesn't do his job. And then there's the nerd who's got the idea, but doesn't have the money. All right. Be the nerd. Don't take on the douchebag you don't need. Be 100% owner of the company and do this to all the finance seminar, meetup, networking events. Oh, I don't need your money. That'd be great. You're showing there like, oh, do you need money? No, I just came in here to do this. I don't need your money. Bye. Factions T. Lou, $5. We're living in a time where a gay dog beating man with tiger slippers. Oh my God, this is a good dig. We're living in a time where a gay dog beating man with tiger slippers and a Buc-ee's hats makes the most sense. Yeah, I know. Is it crazy? The bar consulting has never been so low. Thomas Crown, $5. Did you ever do any security jobs in Vegas, or are the security jobs there just too nuts because of the tourists to where you wouldn't recommend? No, I've never worked in Vegas. You don't have to work on the strip. You can work regular old warehouse security. Vegas is a population of 2 million, and not all of it's the strip. Now, if you want action and like almost a direct line and becoming a cop, yeah, work strip security. But I think even those guys require a fair amount of training. You might need years experience because those are kind of some top-notch security teams. Frankenfoot, $2. Thoughts on 3D printing, modeling, and patents? Do it. I'm not against it. I don't have any experience with it. I don't see why you wouldn't want to do it. Justified Masagany, $10 generous. Should I leave my job? My Korean boss gets mad at for things she's never taught me even how to. I have a year's worth of savings and thought about making a career pivot into IT work so I can be remote. Yeah. I mean, look, guys, I'm not kidding here. Here's where you go read Bachelor Pad Economics. Not that I was joking anyway to begin with. You could take the course The Dad You Never Had, or Achieving Financial Excellence. Okay, that one I did link, I think, down below. And anyway, guys, it's very important that you get at least 3 months living expenses so that if your boss lies to you, becomes a psychopath or is a sadist or just has unethical treatment, you can leave. All right. That's like one of the first things you got to do. I recommend 6 months living expenses. This is why I recommend you major in something hard and difficult and in demand. So you're not dealing with Karen. If your boss lies to you, switches the job on you, say, bye, I got another one. So, okay, you have an unacceptable boss. That's a universal experience everyone's going to have. what people are not going to have universally is, did I save up 6 months living expenses to tell my boss to F off and go find another job? So if you don't need the job because you saved up, or like you also do what I recommend, you have a side gig, you're a minimalist. Yeah, if you got those things in place, yeah, say bye. I'm out of here. But since you're saying you're pivoting into IT, yeah, it looks like you get to do the long, hard slog. You get to work 2 full-time jobs like I did. That's just how it's done, guys. So you go to school for something indestructible, or do you want to become a truck driver? There's something you can do. But you got to get it so you're in more demand than, whatever Sam was up your Korean boss's hoo-ha that day. Nonstop Dre, $2. Vincent said Cappy loves good digs, literally. Yeah, no, it's good. That was a good one. That was a good one. Oh, well, speaking of truck drivers, Alex Patino, a truck driving Latino agent in the field. $5. Shouldn't you be wearing PJs instead of a tie? And what's up with that? I went to dinner. We're going to all the fancy dinner. Vlad Elkins is in Vegas. So I took him all the way on the west side, my favorite restaurant in the world called Capo's. The service was shit today, though, so I don't know what the hell was going on. And that's why I'm dressed up like this. Also, because I flew in from Reno after Athens graduation, I always wear my fancy clothes on the plane, so they don't wrinkle on there because they're not packed in. This is all highly skilled and refined and optimized bachelor couch surfing Spirit Airlines life. But that's why I'm in there. But yeah, I should be in my pajamas. So. All right, that's it. Questions, answers. Take a look at those courses I mentioned. I think I linked to something below. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.